When you think of the endless runner genre, what games first come to mind? Do you think of mobile games like Temple Run and Sonic Dash, or do you think of more PC and console games like Race the Sun? As far as the PS Vita is concerned, there are a few runners that we've reviewed on the site. There are games like Race the Sun, which is an endless flyer that has a 3D perspective, or there are games like Run Like Hell, which is the typical 2D endless runner, but it was a little bit difficult and it ran in stages instead of just endless over and over and over and over and over again. There's also Run Sackboy Run, the Little Big Planet mobile to Vita port that handled endless runners with the Little Big Planet community. Now, there are a lot of runners that try to mix things up a bit. You could have a runner that just does the basic needs like Temple Run, but a lot of the best runners out there try something new. Today, I have a review for you for a runner that is not only a runner, but it's also a platform game, a puzzle game, and borderline rhythm game as well. Compatible with the PlayStation Vita and PlayStation TV, as well as cross-buy with the PS4, here is my official review of the game Color Guardians. Our story begins in a colorful world of life where the Color Guardians live. The Color Guardians are cute little creatures that manage the world specifically through color. At the beginning of our story, we see a dark creature attack. When they attack, they steal all of the color and life from the world and flee. The Color Guardians recover only to see that all of the color and life of the world has been reduced to red, yellow, and blue paintballs, or paint orbs, that are scattered throughout the world. They then set out to collect the paint orbs, recolor their world, and take down the evil creature that is attacking their world. The story is very cute, and looks like it was taken straight out of a children's TV show. It's not going to be an incredibly deep story, since the gameplay really takes the main role of this game. However, it is very cute and colorful. Color Guardians is a mix of different genres, but it's mostly an endless runner. As you go through each stage of the game, you will notice that you'll be running endlessly through 3 lanes. You'll also be platforming and going through a little bit of a puzzle and more timing based, almost like a rhythm game, as you go from one point to the other to avoid hazards and collect those paint orbs. Now, the world progresses with various areas that unlock as you go through first areas. Imagine it like a Super Mario game where you're going through stages up to a boss fight so you can unlock the next world and go on and repeat the same process again. This is the same kind of progression. You have to beat stage 1 to go to stage 2, and so on and so forth. Now, when you're going through each stage, it will have a very 2D perspective with 3 different lanes you can go into. Lanes can be comparable to endless runners like Sonic Dash, where you can have a front lane, middle lane, and back lane with different things in different lanes. You'll have to go through each of these lanes as you go through each stage so you can avoid hazards and collect items. In the stages, there will be various hazards like pits or monuments in your way, so you'll have to find a safe route through. There are also paint orbs that go through, and the paint orbs are where the challenge comes in. There are red, yellow, and blue paint orbs, and you must be the color of the paint orb as you pass through it to collect it. So you use the face buttons to change your color, and with some of the faster stages, this can get very challenging, because if you go through a yellow orb while you're red, you won't score any points and you'll lose some of your color. Now, if there is an item or a vehicle like a fan or a tile to boost you forward, if one of these is blue and you go through as red, you'll immediately get a game over because it won't let you go through. The nice part of this is that it is challenging, but there are a lot of checkpoints in each stage, so you can just return from checkpoints so you don't have to do the whole thing over again. Now, all in all, Color Guardians does have a lot of strategy to it. It has over 70 stages, and the game gets pretty hard even after the first 10 or 20 stages. It's a very colorful, kids-oriented game, but it will test your patience and your hand-eye coordination. If you go through the game and never have to do a redo in any stage, you can probably beat the game in about 3 or 4 hours. Realistically speaking, you'll probably be spending at least 5 or 6 hours with the game. Not a huge amount of time, but just enough to have little quick gameplay sessions and have some fun in this runner. Now, as far as the presentation is concerned, there is good and bad. First of all, the visual presentation looks good. It's not as polished as the PS4 version of the game, but on the Vita and PSTV, it does look good. There is the occasional jagged edge here and there, but nothing to worry about. The main thing with the presentation are a couple little technical mishaps you'll see as you play through the game. First of all is lag. There isn't any lag in the bulk of the gameplay, but there's a lot of lag in frame jumps when you're going through the menus. It doesn't make a lot of sense, but when you load the main menu and cycle through it, you will see a fair amount of lag and the frames will just jump around all the time, especially when you're going from a menu into a stage. The other downer about the presentation are the load times. Each time you load a new stage, you'll be waiting probably 15-20 seconds, sometimes more, sometimes a little bit less, but it's a lot longer than you should have to wait for this type of game. Color Guardians is a very colorful and fun endless runner. On the downside, there are a couple technical problems holding the game back, mostly from the menus and the load times. Past this is a fun little runner that is very good for quick play sessions, and is a very cute little game that the entire family can enjoy. PlayStation Vita Reviews rates Color Guardians an 8 out of 10. As always, you can leave your comments below here on YouTube, on our site, or go to our forums at forum.vitareviews.net. Thank you and have a great day.